going on, you Braapaholics? Alright, so the RZR XP Turbo is finally here. This is a RZR I just bought on the internet for $5,000. I had it shipped here, so with fees and all that bull crap. I got about 7,000 into it so far. It's a 2020 XP Turbo with about 700 miles on it. I have no idea what's wrong with it. It's a little, the plastics have a little bit more scuffs on it than I'd like. Not a super big deal. I mean, this is, this is easily replaceable. Front fascia has a little bit of scuffs on it. I'm wondering if they were rock crawling with this and they scraped it on some stuff. That's pushed out a little bit, so it looks like this has done some rock crawling. That's what it looks like. There's some pretty good scuffs on it. It's kind of sun faded. It's been in the sun a lot. So the battery is dead. So I'm gonna throw a battery charger on it. They also had a snorkel kit on it of some sort. So I'm hoping that they didn't drown this thing, but we'll see. Otherwise, mechanically, you know, nothing's bent, broke, or anything, so as far as I could tell, and I don't have brake pressure. So they're calling this mechanical issue, so that could be anything wrong with it, to be honest. So what I'm gonna do now is put the battery charger on it, then I'm gonna check the oil, make sure there's nothing weird looking in the oil, make sure there's no water oil, make sure it even has oil in it. We'll try to crank it over and see if it starts up or whatever. Try to determine what the heck is wrong with this thing and why they salvaged it out. The picture showed with this door on and stuff. Someone took it off anyways. I knew it was missing one door. I actually bought some takeoff doors. I'm gonna have to buy a door latch for this side though. I was assuming that this one was coming with the other door. Seats are a little rough. You can tell it's been in the sun. This kind of, it's cracky. So, yeah. Ooh. These seats are kind of shot. Probably just gonna leave it for now. Cheap 4-point harnesses. So it's got a winch on it. It's got some nice mirrors. I'm not sure what that brand is. Got a nice worn winch on it with synthetic rope. Pretty cool. Nice bumper up there. Stupid lug nuts on there, so I'll have to get some lug nuts for this thing. I think it's got 30-inch carnivores on it. Trying to find a size. It's got 32-inch carnivores on it, so it's pretty cool, I guess. They're running stock rims, so and it's not that noticeable, but that tire is ballooning out more than the rear because that front rim is skinnier. I'm wondering if they had a blow-off valve on this or something, because there's a hose right there on the turbo. Probably you guys can't see it, but it's missing something. I'm gonna go look at my dad's turbo and see what's there. I'm guessing it might be an aftermarket blow-off valve. All right, so now after looking at it and comparing it to my dad's XP Turbo, I found some issues. So it's missing the blow-off valve hose back here. As scuffed up as this looks, like right here, up here, you know, on the front, especially on the winch and stuff, I'm pretty sure they were rock crawling this thing. So I think they've mudded on this and rock crawled on this. So I'm gonna bypass the switch. I'm gonna try to get to start. I opened up the airbox just to make sure there was some water in the airbox because they have these stupid snorkels tipped the wrong way. They need to be tipped down if you were to leave this outside, because when it rains, the water just goes down in the tube into the airbox or into the clutch case. All right, baby. That sounded like a bad knock. I think it's got a blown piston. Well, as you just heard, it's got a clunk. I think we got a blown piston or rod or etc. So we're doing some engine work on it. So what I'm gonna do now, which I prepared for this. I figured it was gonna be engine problems. I'm sorry, Brock, but I'm taking the bay. So I'm gonna pull all these machines out here, and we're gonna push this bad boy in there, and we're gonna start pulling the engine out. So I have to take the cage off and everything. So we got 2 Polaris engines being worked on right now. Should have got a Can-Am, but I won't know exactly what I need to do until I take it out. So the engine's not locked up and there's no water into the oil, so Okay, so we got her in. I was gonna winch it in, but we got a mangled up wire mess in here, and I hit the button and I'm getting nothing but clicks. So something ain't right. I'm not really sure. Didn't feel like taking the time to figure it out. So I pulled it in here with the Chevrolet. Alright, with the help of Wyatt, got the roll cage off, not a big deal. It just all this is going to have to come off to get to the engine. So that's why your repair bills cost so much. So, like I said, I think, well, I won't really know until I get the engine off, but I think one piston's just blown up. That's what it sounds like. It's got a knock.
So they sent it to the moon.
They sent it somehow. I don't know what they did to make it not work anymore. And my other theory is that the timing chain came off or broke. So we'll find out. We don't really know yet. So I gotta just take all these plastics off. Just a lot of, I think it's T30 or something. Or I don't really matter, but take all that off and see what we can find. Have to start writing down a list of parts. I already know some stuff I need. I don't know. It's scuffed up. Maybe I'll just buy some touch-up paint or something to paint that. I don't know yet. It's obviously not perfect. So we look at the hours because I wasn't sure how many hours I had on it. So to clarify, it has 732 miles and 170 something hours on it, which comes out to be less than 4 miles an hour on average. So I had our theory is that they did a lot of liquid encouragement drinking, jamming out, not doing a whole lot of riding. So, and I don't know, you see that a lot on these things.
Not on the old Defender.
No. We trail ride them out there down south. I mean, it seems like you guys do a lot of mudding and sitting. That's just what it seems like to me. I don't know.
Or rock crawling.
Or rock crawling. I don't know what type of rocks or stuff. I don't know what type of riding's out there, to be honest. But they did some mudding on it. They have these makeshift hillbilly snorkels on there, and those are coming out. I know this frog skin thingy is I think it's pretty pricey. So they freaking hodgepodge cut this hole out to put these snorkels in here. So in order to fix that, I have to replace this whole piece. So once we get all this out, we'll see how all this got put together. And then
they used the glow and the 2-part primer when they built their snorkel kit.
I know. They did the same thing on the Ghost when I had it. A hodgepodge together with PVC pipe.
The Ghost, how this turned out. That's the Ghost now.
Yeah, the Ghost was. I used the Ghost to tow this in here because the winch wasn't exactly working. It was clicking, so I'll have to look at the wiring and stuff later on.
Solenoid or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's something simple, not the actual winch. I couldn't see why the winch would be bad already, but I think
if it's a Warren though, you might as well warranty it out.
It is a Warren.
Lifetime warranty.
Is it?
I think so.
Probably with the receipt. For being in the red clay down there, it's actually not too red clay dirty. I've seen my X-ray was from down there, and that thing was red. Took forever for it to even look good.
Black Assassin was bad too.
Yeah, it has some on. Yeah, the Black Assassin has some on there, but we're gonna have 2 broken down Polaris RZRs in the garage. That's Brock's mess down there.
And then you got the old faithful Can-Am still kicking it.
Yeah, that Polaris is broke. That Polaris is broke. That Polaris is broke.
My Polaris won't start today.
Yeah. Should have got a Can-Am.
And you say you're not favoritism.
I have no favorites. Alright, let's get started. Paid for the 2 snowmobiles this weekend. You didn't see that.
I got it. It's kind of zooming the wrong way, but I got it.
Alright, so as you can see, we got the head out. I still got to inspect the pistons. These valves are not supposed to be sticking out at all right now. So the valves are bent. This is just my opinion, but these lug nuts are really stupid. Alright guys, so I found out what's wrong. A lot of this I couldn't even really see because I didn't know what to look for one. But now I have it all apart. The damage is pretty substantial. So there's a piston, not supposed to be like that. There's a cylinder, not supposed to be like that. Here's the crankcase. You're not supposed to see through that. But the valves, not supposed to be like that. So, don't know what happened. Wonder if it jumped time, which caused the piston to make contact with the valves, which the valves in turn blew up the rod, which blew the rod through the crank. So, who knows, but that's a theory. Anyways. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I know you can just buy a whole new engine for like something around like $4,000, or you can get used ones anyways too, for probably as much as that. I'm gonna see what parts are, and either way, I'm still gonna be fine. At this point, I'm $7,000 deep, so at most probably. At most, you're gonna have 11,000 into it with a new engine. But if the head's fine, then I will try to keep that. Why is it so bright? I'm gonna do some part shopping for a while and trying to figure out what I need to do. That's what's wrong with this turbo. Broken engine, like bad. As soon as I started getting to the bottom of the belly pan, I started seeing engine fragments, and I was like, ooh, that ain't good. All right, so it is day 2. I figured some things out. So what the plan is now is I'm gonna be doing a complete rebuild with a warranty covering that. Since the case is cooked and so is a cylinder, I can't send this engine in to get a core on it. So a lot of these rebuilt engines that I could probably buy and save some money on it, they're gonna charge me another $1,000 or something because I don't have an engine core that's usable. So that's the route I'm going with. So I'm putting a brand new crank in, brand new crankcase, all new bearings, all new rods, all new pistons, all new valves, a whole new head, whole new cylinder, and I bought a kit that's covered under warranty, and I know my own work, so should be okay. So that's kind of the plan. So I got all that ordered. So the whole rebuild kit or so is about $3,500 or so. On top of that, I needed some other things. So I got a new fender flare, a new turbo hood, brake pads, those are shot. I needed a new blow off valve that was gone. All new oils, so Polaris oil, diff oils and stuff, you know, all kinds of different stuff. So I have a lot of stuff coming in. So in the next week or so, we'll be getting this stuff in. So what the plan is now is I need to finish taking out the engine, and I'm gonna tear apart the crank and get the flywheel off and stuff, and inspect all the other gears and stuff, make sure nothing else is broke. But that's the game plan for now. A little bit unfortunate, but when I bought this, I planned on doing an engine rebuild, so unfortunately, that's what it was. But I was hoping it was something more stupid, but not a big deal. I planned on this, and the price is still right. I'm gonna have less than $12,000 into this at this point, so yeah, not a big deal. I also bought new frog skin assembly thingies, wherever those are, because the people that snorkeled this drilled freaking ugly holes in that thing. If it wasn't so ugly, I'd keep it. But so yeah, that stuff adds up too. Trying to make this look nice, so because I do plan on selling this. I don't want it to look like a hillbilly hick machine. I'm getting rid of these. I got new red lug nuts put on that. It's gonna look way better than these stupid pointy ones, whatever the heck those are. So that's what's going on. So I'm gonna take the engine out and inspect all the rest of the stuff, and then while I'm waiting on parts, I'm gonna redo this cobbled up electrical mess, tear out the CV and redo everything. We're gonna hook up the winch properly and just hook up everything else properly. Luckily they did use fuses on most of their things, so I will give them that. Okay, so I have the engine apart, just making sure that I didn't need to buy anything else. So all the parts that I can keep look good. So I'm just waiting on the parts from here on out, basically. So in the meantime, I'm gonna work at the electrical, trying to get that cobbled mess figured out, and it's kind of just a waiting game from here. So figured out which wires do what. I disagree with how this thing was wired to the bus bar. They had the winch directly hooked up to the bus bar, and in most situations it's probably okay, but the Polaris runs a 200 amp fuse between the bus bar and the battery. So this big winch could possibly draw more than 200 amps. I'm guarantee you it does under a hard load. And I think that's why it wasn't working. I was hearing a clicking noise. I think the solenoid was clicking when I was hitting the switch, but I think since the amp was blown, it wasn't doing anything. And so I have a 200 amp replacement fuse coming in for this thing. I'm just gonna have to cut this cable off and then kind of like re-clamp on a new fuse. It was cheaper than buying that cable. So the proper way to do the winch is honestly directly to the battery. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully that'll fix the winch issue and all my other issues. I'm ripping out the CB on this thing. They had some stupid CB, and they ran whips on here at some point. They were obviously off when I got a hold of it, but there was all kinds of wires for that. I'm gonna try to get these fang lights to work. I found the controller for that. I just need to make sure that they work. I think this is the remote for it. This remote was probably underwater, so it's probably fried. So I'm not going to worry about it right now at the moment. Just want to get this thing running. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Discord. If you guys are interested in any merch or parts or accessories, I got an awesome deal going on. You can get your whole entire cart order 20% off using this code BRAP down below. So head down to Braapaholic.com and get 20% off your entire cart order. That's a one-time offer. It's ending soon, so make sure you guys go check it out. Tons of stuff on there. So if you guys want to see updates on this thing, head down to my Instagram and Discord. We have a really fun time in the Discord with the community and stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.